also, now that we have this here, we're going to go to that place where the thing says. I want to see if that works. Ta-da!
Yay.
Alright. So, with what happened last time, would you like to go over what happened?
I came into a relatively small clearing in the forest where I noticed there were some goblins hiding in wait for a passerby, and I was able to take two of them down without notice. But then the third one was able to alert. I was then, after taking down another, or two more, I was taken down myself and left unconscious with a few of my items in my bag now missing, and deciding to stay there and rest for a little bit longer, maybe catching a fish or something in the river, having it for dinner. I decide to pack up what little remains I have left and carry on my journey to Waterdeep.
Alright. Why don't you go ahead and roll a survival check to catch the fish from the river that you mentioned?
Okay.
Excellent. Um, I think salmon is a stream fish.
I think so.
Great. Because I remember them being fish that swim upstream. So you have a salmon that will spoil probably in 3 days. So you have
Would have ate it and let the
probably part of
remains.
going back to before going back to sleep for your long rest.
Yeah,
Yeah, that works.
yeah.
That being said, you're able to go through the pathway that you already have designated.
Mm-hmm.
After what, 1, 2, 3, like 3.5, almost 4 days, you exit the forest.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 days. You arrive at another area, and I get to pull up new information that I buried. Oh no, I didn't, because this is an overworld map. Okay, everything is fine. Um, let's do yes. E. Okay. Okay. Why don't you give me a perception check? And I would say probably advantage because it's a wide open grass plain.
Hmm.
Um, okay. I would say again, due to the situation, the DC is probably 10 to see the group. There is a amalgamation of do a history check.
I'm still on the main screen. Is that good?
Yeah, that's where we're supposed to be.
Okay. History check.
Because instead
Normal.
of loading up the map first, we're gonna see if you actually see anything, or if you want to avoid or engage, and then I'll
Okay.
load up a map. You see a knoll and 5 orcs, one of which looks to be bigger than the others.
Okay.
What's your plan of engage or avoidance?
Um, are there any of them that I can sneak up on?
I'm teaching you poor survival instincts by letting you not die. Um, let's see. Uh, do a survival, intelligence, or perception straight. Noticing
Natural 20.
noticing survival, you gather if you went around further past the backside of the mountain, I mean, or around a small area of clearing, the opening is pretty clear, and they're sitting in a relatively like circle-esque shape together,
Okay.
um, around a fire. The ogres are pestering, or well, hold on. The orcs are pestering each other over food, and the gnoll is just overly devouring food. So it looks like there's the potential, due to being in green attire, to sneak up on them, but it's would be highly difficult. Player knowledge, high DC. It would be probably like a 20 stealth to sneak up on them.
Um, I think on this one, I'm going to try to move around them without them noticing me and continue on.
Okay. How would you like to do that?
Um, I can circle back into the forest a little bit, like come up this way
Okay.
and then come back down.
Well, okay. So think of it this way: that if you move back one to the left, the circle here, that's
Mm-hmm.
the river right by the mountain. So if you just went this way, oh, that's a circle.
So, like, if I were to go,
If
like,
you went this way around that, you would be fine. You don't even need to go through the forest, but you probably go through the forest because you're more comfortable with it.
yeah.
So yeah, you can avoid it that way and then branch back in again to there. And then we run into the following encounter. Hmm. Do they though? Um, sure. I will see how this goes. Great. Let's actually load the map into this one. First. Oh, that's the wrong one. I have to load up this one. View, preload. Marked as active. Oh, it's because I am in the wrong one. There we go. Now it should drag you over at some point.
Okay. It's loading.
Yeah.
No token for me to see.
Oh, got you. Fixed?
Yep. And this is after the orcs and Null.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
um, it's 2 days later.
Yeah.
So, down in this section by these bushes, there is something hiding. a. Oh no,
Mm,
you saw it with your passive.
okay, yeah, that was trash.
I rolled it stealth, so that means it's against your passive DC.
Okay.
Um, you see a black panther by itself, trying to sneak up
Oh.
and drink water. It thinks it's being sneaky. It's not. What are you doing?
Um, I'm going to quietly get closer to it.
Okay. Do your stealth. If you want to, you can do it at advantage. I
Okay, I'll
said.
roll again.
I said.
Advantage.
I say before the results showed.
Hmm.
There you
Oh,
go.
well, it's still not any better.
Um. Okay. Let's see if it notices. Probably. Yeah, just barely. Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't notice you.
No, 9 is the first one, the higher.
Yeah, the nine is the first one. So you both are just super not stealthy at all, but in
Hmm.
comparison, you are more so.
Okay, am I close enough to do speak with animals?
um, you can get as close as you want.
Because it doesn't say that I have to be within a certain amount of range. It just says self.
Yeah, I would say 120 feet if you yell, 60 feet if you're speaking, or actually 60 feet if you're yelling. I don't know. If you're closer, you can get closer.
Well, I'm gonna cast it and I'm gonna start like speaking. Like, don't be scared, don't run away, don't be scared, don't run away as
Uh,
I get closer.
animal handling.
Mm, mm.
Let's do an insight. Doop, doop,
Me?
doop. No.
Yeah.
Did that work? Nope. Um. Roll. Oh, nope. Not in my Windows search bar. 1d20 plus. Was that what it said? Oh, it was
Come
plus
here,
2.
kitty, 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 kitty. Come here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Um. It's going to get spooked by you, even though it knows potentially that you're not a hostile,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna run away.
No.
Yep. Are you gonna do anything to stop it from running away?
I want to. I mean, I'm still speaking to animals. So I'm like just trying to like, no, no, no,
Do a
don't run. It's
persuasion check,
okay.
and it'll do another insight of roll 1d20. Honestly, I should just have that as my cut and paste plus 2. Uh, Hold on. I'm going to, for the sake of it, move you both up here,
Okay.
and then move one here. It starts to run away, and it holds for a second.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep like I won't hurt you. I promise. I won't hurt you. Pretty kitty.
And it
Pretty
starts to
kitty.
like
It's
slowly
okay. It's
back up.
okay. Are you hungry? I can catch you something to eat. Kitty, kitty, come here, kitty, kitty. Meow, meow.
Um, I have to look at this.
I can do the animal handling again.
Um, well, you're speaking to it, so either animal handling or persuasion, and at this point, it's advantage. Hey, a natural 20 works.
Yeah.
It'll stop moving backwards.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep walking up closer. Do you want to be friends, kitty, kitty?
It just stares at you, kind of spooked a little bit, and then once it hears the word friends, it goes between your legs and wraps up and rubs up against you as a panther.
Okay, I'm gonna do base bond with it.
Excellent. It
Okay,
lasts only 10 minutes though.
that's fine.
Okay,
We can hang out here for a few seconds, and I'm just gonna pet it. And is it a boy or a girl?
girl.
You're such a good girl, sweet kitty girl. I'm just gonna pet it, love on it.
Yeah, she seems very happy to not have to worry about survival for a moment.
Yeah. Um, I'll go to the river and see if I can catch a fish. Is that survival?
Oh my goodness! The stats were already on the block. I could have just been rolling through the sheet instead of manually.
That's funny.
Um, yes, you can do a survival check to try to see if you can catch some fish. 15. Excellent. Okay. 16 is what you need. Is 15 is what you needed. So,
Okay.
um, the panther is watching you
So I'm gonna
fish.
catch a fish, and I'm going to take it out of the water, and I'm gonna put it on the ground next to the panther.
She's gonna, without waiting, start like biting at it and tail wagging and like using her claws to lock it in place on the ground.
Yeah. I'm just gonna sit like on my I'm gonna squat down to where I'm like sitting on my heels,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna sit there and smile at her and tell her how pretty she is and what a good little kitty she is.
Um. Okay. Are both of those spells? They are. Okay. Um. I want to check something. Okay. And it can communicate simple emotions and concepts back when it
Hmm.
gets active. The beast gains advantage on attack rolls against any creature within 5 feet of you that you can see.
Yeah, we get the beast bond
Um,
back.
she expresses contentment, unhappy,
Yay.
and hunger satiation.
I'm just gonna sit there and smile at her and tell her I'm really happy she's in a good mood.
She does
Don't
a
eat my
little like butt wiggle and then pounces on the dead fish, and then like sticks one of its claws into the fish's eye, and then bites its chest.
Yes, eat away, eat away. It's all for you.
Um, you have a DC 20 animal handling check with advantage.
Handling, animal handling with advantage.
Okay. a 20 or higher, you would have a permanent friend.
Well, I can feed her another fish. I'm just kidding.
You
Okay.
both hang out for
Yeah, long enough
10
for
minutes
where,
ish.
yeah, where she can go. And I'm going to pet her a couple more times and scratch behind her ears and rub her spine, scratch at her spine. I know cats like that.
Yeah.
And then she can go on her way.
After the spell wears off, both of them, she will follow you for like 40 feet and then circle back to her spot
Mm-hmm.
and leave you to be.
Bye, kitty kitty.
Yoink. See, not all of my encounters are evil.
Mm-hmm. Could have
You,
been.
it could have, depending on how the dice rolls went.
Yep.
Um, Excellent. So the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. The converse. Hold on. I gotta do research. Continuing. Your next 5 days of travel are pretty uneventful. I'm gonna look also at your sheet and see. That was louder than I expected it to be.
Sorry.
No, I don't care. It's just mildly startling. Um, you're at 600. Do another survival check as you cross over a river that does not have a bridge. Um, what would be the method you cross a bridge that's 30-ish feet wide and about 10 feet deep?
I would definitely like use let me see. Can I pull that up please? Thank you. I would probably get a long stick and just kind of find the shallowest parts of the river and stick to that path. Maybe walking on some rocks that may be sticking up out of the water. Um, just using the stick to hold my place, keep my balance.
Give me a perception check. Higher than a 15, there's rock crashing, and then we can do an acrobatics or dexterity to get across.
No,
Yeah, it seems like it's just water for
okay. So I'm
for
just.
a long time in both directions.
And how deep did you say it was?
10 feet.
Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna swim across, I guess.
All right. Do another survival check.
Oh my god, I drown.
Nope. Um, your backpack comes off
Ugh,
and starts to flow down the stream.
I'm gonna go after it.
Okay. Uh, do a acrobatics or athletics to swim up to and obtain it. Excellent. You're able to do it and then get to the other side.
Okay.
There could have been potential rapids that pushed it further or underground and spilled all the contents out based off that acrobatics.
Mm.
River crossings can be dangerous without a bridge.
Yes, they can be.
So, um, roll a copy, please. Duplicate. producing information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, this uh your vision slowly glances over the rolling hills as you cross the river, dappled with the golden glow of the setting sun. The quiet gurgle of Unicorn Run River intermingles with the distant laughter of children and the rhythmic clinking of hammers in the stone cutting yards. Sycamber rises into view, a small town perched atop three gentle stone hills. Its buildings painted in earthy tones and adorned with vibrant gardens, overflowing with flowers of every hue. Smoke drifts lazily from chimneys, and the bustling sounds of farmers, fishermen, and traders fill the air. Um, as I presume you're entering the town setting,
Yes.
as you stroll through the town square, you notice an unusual figure sitting cross legged by the fountain. A moon elf with silver hair and eyes like shimmering pools of water, carefully assembling a peculiar structure using small stones and vibrant flower petals. Surrounding the elf are several children, both human and halfling, watching intently as the elf speaks in a melodic voice. Each stone represents a trial of the past, the elf says, balancing a smooth pebble atop a stack, and each petal a hope for the future. Together they remind us that beauty and strength often arise from unexpected harmony. The elf notices you approaching and smiles warmly. Ah, hello. You carry stories with you, I can feel it. Might you share one from my collection? In return, I offer a tale of the Atalan ruins, or perhaps a blessing for safe travel. All the kiddos
Um,
also chime in with, "Yeah, tell us the story." All right, there you go.
Okay. So I'm just going to smile at the children and look at the man and be like, stories. Well, I could tell you about my most recent.
Oh, sure, go for it.
And I'm just going to tell him the story of my village where my dad and I were just practicing some archery with our bows, having a good time after I had just come back from hunting. And all of a sudden, you wouldn't believe there were goblins everywhere, screams from our village. And unfortunately, with all that going on, I did take down a few because I'm super strong. And I look at the kids and make a funny face. And
The kids start to get a little uncomfortable because you started talking about goblins and danger.
I know it's scary. It's so scary. But listen, so sadly, they did burn down some of our village, but we were able to put the fire out and everything. But when I went to go check on my mother, she was gone. Oh, I couldn't believe it. My father took off after her. I'm freaking out because my dad just left and the village is destroyed and my mom is gone. And so I took after my dad and then we killed a whole bunch of goblins then too. But unfortunately, my dad died and I kind of make a really sad face and look at the kids. And I did rescue my mother though. And after all that, we buried my dad. And um, I took off to see if I can find out where these goblins are coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Because goblins are bad, bad, bad goblins. And now I'm here after meeting a couple of more goblins. I did kind of stumble a little bit there. We don't have to get into that part. But I did come across this beautiful black panther. She was so beautiful and so kind and gentle. It was probably the highlight of my whole journey, to be fair. I caught a fish and fed it to her, and we just kind of enjoyed the peaceful sounds of the river, forgetting all the troubles for just a small moment why I'm here on my journey. And then more traveling, and now I'm here telling you this story. Don't be afraid. I didn't see any goblins on my way here, closer to the village.
Does that mean that we should go befriend all the panthers we see? One
I
of the kids
don't
asks with a finger in his nose.
I don't suggest that, and you shouldn't pick your nose, it's bad. But I don't suggest befriending panthers unless you are skilled in the act of talking with animals, rangers and all.
I talk to
But
my cat all the time. She doesn't talk back though, as he eats the booger.
maybe save it for once you go to school and learn your abilities if you decide to become a ranger.
Okay, and instead of eating the booger, he wipes it on his shirt to save for later for
Ew,
school.
God, that's so disgusting. I'm just gonna kind of grimace a little bit and be like, okay, that's nice.
Another kid asks, "What does it mean when you buried your dad in the ground? Could he not breathe?
My dad died, unfortunately.
What is death?"
These kids would know what death is. I'm just gonna kind of look at him and
Do an insight check.
smile, and I'm um okay. Ugh.
You don't know. Maybe they're genuinely asking.
Hmm. I suggest you talk to your parents about what death is. That's not my place to tell you.
Okay. The kid's gonna walk off from the group alone with no parental supervision to go try to find his
Mm,
parents to ask the question.
okay,
Okay.
my problem. Not my kid, not my problem.
No, I agree. The individual, uh, Lithin is the name of the individual. Uh, ex- um, states, um, well, I do appreciate. Actually, let's do a performance check first.
Okay.
Neato, Lamito. No wonder the kids were picking their nose and asking about death.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, um, I do appreciate you sharing your story. Um, thank you. I'm. It gave me a moment to breathe from having to deal with the children consistently. Um, that being said, you seem, as you've stated, that you're a traveler for now. I'm sure there's places around here that you can get some supplies or upgrades or tools or sup- things to aid you in the remainder of whatever travel you have, because I doubt that you're going to stay here permanently.
I'm not staying here permanently.
Okay.
No. I'm
Give me an insight check.
on my way. I'm on my way through. Insight.
Yep. They are thankful that the person who keeps talking about death and encouraging or bringing up concepts of bonding with wild animals is not going to necessarily stay around children.
Yeah.
Well, If you need any guidance or direction, do let me know.
Thank you. I appreciate your help.
Of course.
So for now, I'm just going to maybe find an inn
Sure.
to stay the night here tonight.
Absolutely. There's one called the Singing Sprite. Offers clean rooms, hearty meals, and the innkeeper is known for telling stories about the high forest. Actually, uh, you mentioned wanting to do an inn, and this is the person.
Okay, well, maybe I'm just gonna go down the road a little bit.
Okay. Well, if you want to go down the little road a little bit, by all
Yeah,
means do so.
yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Where is this? This has got to be like, okay, yeah, this is 1, 5, 7, 12, 13. Yeah, okay, this is the 13th one.
Yeah,
Are you just gonna
I'm gonna
long
find a.
rest and travel to the next spot?
Yeah, I'll do that,
Okay.
and then um maybe find like a peaceful spot in the river where I can like kind of clean up a little bit.
Okay. Um, do a perception or survival.
Ugh, that was trash. It was gonna be 19.
It was. I
Oh,
saw that too.
that was
Um,
so rude.
there aren't necessarily within the next like while, probably hour or so of travel that you can see
That's fine.
that
I can
seem
do
like
hours,
safe or
quote unquote.
peaceful. But I mean, there's river that you can still definitely clean up in,
Yeah,
and the water itself is clean. It's just not necessarily peaceful or safe.
yeah. Okay, so I'm out of the village now.
Noted. I like bad ideas. Let's do that. That sounds like a fun one. Or that one. Uh, keep in mind that effectively what I'm doing right now is there is a natural 20 encounter, meaning I get to pick whatever I want.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what I want to do. Cool. Let's use that. Hey, excellent. That exists. Okay. Um, now I just need to do 1d24. Look at that, it's a 24-sided die. That's unfortunate. Neat. Alright. Um, you make it to... Is there anything else you wanted to do with the, like, cleaning and the river or anything like that?
No, it's okay.
Okay. So, that one is the time of day. So it's 1 in the morning that this encounter happens.
Okay.
So, let's pull up our map for it.
While that's pulling up, I'm gonna go to the washroom really quick. I'll be right back.
Alright.
Okay, sorry. All right. So I'm sleeping in my bedroll underneath this big oak tree.
Yeah. I actually think I'll probably put you like there.
Okay.
Um, how do you? Okay, out. I think my cat's attacking me. She's chewing my ankle. Good job, cat. All right, you have a field of vision. Can you see the entirety of the map, or
No,
just?
just my field of vision.
Okay, so you can. The rest of the circle is black.
No, it's not black. It's very dark though. Like all this down here, all
Yeah,
like
it's like it's clear what your
is
field of vision
very
is,
dark.
but you can still
Yeah,
see the map. Okay, good.
yeah.
That's fine. Um, let me.
Now I have nighttime river noises going.
Excellent. Do, 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 do. Okay. Um, we're gonna see what happens here. But because it's a natural 20, it's going to happen. It's just I gotta figure out how I want it to. I'm gonna see if I can find. If I do this, can I? Yeah, I sure can. Okay, good. That's what I wanted to have out. Yes, cat, I feel you digging your claws into my hip, wanting food. Alright. As the course of actually here, let me do something. Let me pause real quick. I'm gonna get cat food and then I'm gonna do an intro.
Yeah.
Um the environment around you is peaceful and quiet. Your campsite underneath a star-filled sky. A lone adventurer sleeps soundly, their steady breathing the only sound aside from the distant chirping of crickets, and in this case, the river. The campfire has long since burned down, glowing to embers, casting faint light, which I'm going to ignore. I'm going to presume that you're in darkness.
Hmm.
The night seems peaceful, tranquil even, but beneath the surface something stirs. The earth trembles ever so slightly, just enough to shift a stray pebble. As the environment, think of like a camera, right? The camera tilts down, sinking into the soil where the vibrations grow louder. A deep guttural rumble echoes from the depths as claws and mandibles claw their way through the layers of dirt and stone. Creature, the visual environment cuts to the creature's point of view, emerging from its burrow on the ground. Its burrow, the ground above cracking silently open. The Ankheg's massive segmented body breaks the surface in eerie silence. its antennae twitching as it senses the warmth of a sleeping prey. It glances over the sleeping body, mandibles dripping with corrosive acid as it inches
Ugh.
closer. Each step a calculated movement to avoid detection. The embers of the non-existent, the ashes of the fire, as like creaking like gravel as it steps over them. A single drop of acid sizzles as it falls from the Anke's maw, landing dangerously close to the adventurer's sleeping form. The hiss cuts through the stillness. As the camera cuts back to your face, their serene slumber now juxtaposed with the imminent threat looming above. The Anke rears back, its acid breath visible in the cold night air, ready to strike, framing the solitary camper against the monstrous silhouette of the predator. The massive jaws open wide, the weight of the moment heavy with tension. Just as the Anke launches forward, roll for initiative. As I have visual indication for you as well. This is
Okay.
the creature.
Ew. Okay. So none of that earth rumbling or anything like that would have woke me up?
You can do a perception check with disadvantage. Nope.
Okay.
My default for skill checks are 15. Some of them get easier, making them that way.
Mm-hmm.
But when you went to sleep, you believed, based off of your check, that this place was safe.
Right. Okay.
Um, so we're gonna do a attack sneak round.
I don't have a way of rolling initiative. There's no.
Yeah, that's because I haven't put you into the combat encounter tracker thing
Okay.
yet. Now you can, I think. As it's going to do an attack at advantage.
Mm-hmm. Hits.
And it's an automatic critical because you are unconscious.
Ugh. Okay, well, I'm dead.
As the entirety of that bites into you. For the sake of it, if it's a seriously detrimental, it won't happen. But for the flavor aspect of it, um, oh, this, like I said, that's detrimental. Your arcane focus or spell component pouch is dissolved and destroyed. Your arcane focus, if it's magical. If your arcane focus is magical, it instead has its magical effects suppressed for 1d20, is that what that is? 1d4 days. And is unusable during that time. So that's not that bad. The magical effect is suppressed for a day. As you're knocked unconscious and immediately taken out. This is an example of something that happened to Shelton multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
However, he wasn't unconscious and sleeping because they weren't natural 20 encounters. It's going to bite into your backpack and take your backpack. And that's the equivalent of your death.
Okay. So there goes everything I own.
No, because it's not your inventory, it's your backpack. So it's oil, rations, rope, tinderbox, bedroll, water skin. That's gone. Actually, not your bedroll, because you're in it. It takes the backpack. Its intelligence is 1 for a -5. It thinks that it did a really good job, and it leaves with what it believes to be, because it bit into you, and then its mandible latched onto your backpack that was nearby, and it thought that was the food, and is going to run off with your backpack.
Okay.
So your
Oops, I
bedroll is
didn't.
still there, but everything else in the backpack is just mark it to 0.
Yeah,
Because
I
that.
did.
Okay. Cool. Um, so that's that encounter. Well, that was designed for a level 1 through 4 encounter.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the overworld map.
I'm gonna wake up really pissed that my backpack is gone,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna roll up my bedroll and kind of just put it under my arm for right now,
Um,
I guess.
for your sake, you're at 1 hit point when you wake up.
Hmm. So
Um,
I'm gonna do a cure. Do you want to put me at 1?
yeah, I'll put you at 1. I'll just do it in the overworld map for now.
Yeah. I'll do a cure wounds
Mm-hmm.
since I'm so hurt.
And for the sake of it too, let's see if what this would have done potentially. That seems fair. You're incapacitated for what, a D4 rounds, which you'd be asleep and it would go off anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So none of those are like permanent disfigurement, so I'll leave them
Okay.
because it was a critical hit and over half.
Okay.
Um, so you're that you attempt to do your cure wounds, and your arcane focus isn't working
Oh, for fuck's sake.
because of the acid from the attack.
Okay.
You travel, I would say, effectively at half speed for the day, making sure that you are safe, as safe as possible. Player knowledge, you know for a fact nothing's going to happen for like 8 days. But character, you have no clue, so you just are more cautious, traveling alongside the river as much as possible and looking away from the river to make sure
How
that the
long
next
is my druidic focus gonna be fucked?
until your next long rest. It was 1 day. It's
Okay.
1d4 days, and I rolled a 1.
So I'll probably stop here.
By the time you're here, you have your next long rest. You are full health again, and your arcane focus works again.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna keep on going.
Okay. Is there anything you wanted to do in Daggerford?
No.
Okay. You take maybe an hour to like look through the things and just enjoy civilization before passing through and
Mm-hmm.
continuing on your journey, not losing you any time. Um, let's do. As you're no longer, I guess you're still following natural landmarks, so I don't have any reason for you to do survival checks until you're through Ardeep Forest. So when you're
Okay.
at Ardeep Forest, why don't you do a survival check?
Okay.
Do it at advantage. You're in a forest. Neato.
Oh my god.
So you end up getting lost, and you end up going the correct direction anyway. So what it marks, you're going at 1 o'clock, or the direction 1, So instead of going to the right, you end up going straight, actually ending up saving you time because it was one, which one starts at the top, going
Hmm.
clockwise. Um, this stream that you're gonna cross up here is wide but shallow. It's like under half, under 5 feet, but like 30, I guess like 40 to 50 feet long. So it's
Okay.
something that you just wade through,
Yeah.
and you can hold any supplies that are important or valuable to you above your head and walk.
Okay.
You don't need to worry about losing anything because it's a shallow environment.
Okay.
Are you gonna stay on the left side, right?
Yeah.
Okay, left side. Left side, correct.
Hmm. Yes, correct.
Not left side, right.
Hmm.
And then you go all the way to Amphail. Are you interested in dealing with the encounter there?
Sure.
Oh, I mean, dealing with the encounter, yes, actually. So, um,
What is the encounter?
it's a city. So
Okay.
let me look up what it is.
I'm gonna look for a new backpack while I'm there.
Excellent. I like that. Presuming that's an area that has that. That's why I'm looking up.
Hmm.
What is it? Um, they would have one available for the store cost if you look in the Adventurers Guild or the Adventurers Gear.
Um.
If you have the funds for it. 2 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Okay, they'll offer you one for. It's a. This area is a small village, picturesque environment known for pastoral beauty, wealthy estates, renowned horse breeding industry. The village is associated with Waterdeep's nobles, many of whom maintain country estates or vacation homes there.
Okay.
So it's that kind of environment. They offer you a backpack for 2 gold. So if you take it out of your finances, you can effectively have your backpack back, which you don't need to
Okay.
add because it exists already.
Yeah. Um. Can I look for like a new if they have a rope?
Yeah, they would have anything in the adventurer's gear table in the player's handbook.
So a rope is 1 gold.
What's it say in the adventurer's gear?
I don't know.
Is that what it says in your sheet?
Yeah, it says rope 1 gold.
That's tied to the adventurer's gear table, so 1 gold. Yes.
So -1. Oops. Wait. No. Stop. Okay, now -1. So I have a rope again.
Stop. I don't wanna.
And then I'll just stick with that for right now till I get to Waterdeep.
Did you require my input for something?
No?
Okay. Um, when you hit water deep, you will be level 3.
Okay.
Actually, I suppose you can do it here, but first we'll do. Um, there is once you're done with your shopping. So let's wait until you're done with your shopping first.
I'm done.
Okay. As you walk through, hold on, let me change that. As Benavir walks through the idyllic village, you hear panicked shouting from one of the nearby horse paddocks. A stable hand, a young woman, is waving frantically at passers-by, clearly distressed.
Okay, I'm gonna go see what's going on.
She's shouting help and slightly lowers her voice as you approach, seeing that you're there to potentially help.
Mm-hmm.
Help, it's one of the foals, Foals. There's something wrong. I can't get close. Roll an investigation check. I'm also gonna Google what foals means, because I don't know what that
Foal,
means.
it's the foals is the baby horse.
Thank you.
You said it's investigation.
Yes.
Oh,
Great.
natural fucking what?
Um, you don't have any clue at all what she's talking about, and she's starting to get frustrated slash annoyed with you. This encounter is no longer available to you.
Okay.
Um, as a baby horse that was thrashing around, do a perception check. As the baby horse that was thrashing around dies.
Wonderful. That's sad.
That's a natural one for you.
Yep.
Well, that's that.
Yep.
That was a
I'm just
2-page encounter ready to
gonna
go.
shrug my shoulder and just keep on going.
She looks now distraught. Not that it's your fault, but just that she wasn't able to get help in time as you
Yeah.
walk
I
away.
mean, everybody else walked by too,
Yep,
so.
bystander effect. Yep.
Hmm.
Um, and with that, we have another encounter that is just outside the gates of Waterdeep.
Okay.
And then we have not long left. We'll give you level 3 just as you're after whatever encounter is happening now.
Okay, so do it now or no?
Not yet. We'll do it at the end of the session. We are an hour right now. I want to keep it close to an hour.
Okay.
So I'll also kind of feel like it's cinematically appropriate for you to get it within when you're 1 day away from Waterdeep to do it as you're in the same tile as Waterdeep.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as you're passing through these grassy fields and winding dirt roads just outside the northern gate of Waterdeep, where caravans, travelers, and adventurers frequently pass through. The area bathed in golden light of the setting sun, casting long shadows across the ground. In the distance, the city walls rise majestically. The faint hum of bustling city life echoes just beyond the gates. As you approach the Waterdeep's gate, you notice a cluster of merchants gathered near a broken down cart on the side of the road. There's a man dressed in simple but sturdy clothes who waves you down, his pale face in worry. Please help. My daughter, she's trapped.
Okay, so I'll go up and try to help.
Sure. Perception, investigation, or survival.
Jeez.
You can pick one of the other options. It's not a natural one. So investigation, survival.
Okay.
you can you can pick investigation if you want.
Um, my investigation's not as.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah. Everything's
Okay.
below a 15. However, the
Mhm.
DC for that, based off of the encounter generator that I have, is 13. Um,
Okay, so I beat it.
right.
Yay.
So in order to you notice that there's unnatural shadows that indicate a lurking creature nearby.
Mm.
Um, the man explains, Mira, my daughter, chased a stray dog into a nearby cluster of trees. Strange shadows moved unnaturally among them, and she's frightened and cries for aid.
I will do my best.
Excellent.
Go get the guards.
Okay. Um, Great. Let's actually bring up, I think this one? Is this a road? Yeah, excellent. So I'm gonna throw your token on here, and just imagine that the road is turned 90 degrees. North is the left, south is the right. But it really doesn't matter. We could just say that this road turned right for a second. Um, you hear. Give me a perception check now that you're walking towards the direction of the daughter's cries. As the man who was there runs off into the distance. Um, you hear like growl aggravation as she continues to cry.
Okay, it's still loading for me.
That's fair. Maybe I didn't actually bring you over.
It says it's at 98%.
Okay. Says you disconnected. Oh, you
I'm
reconnected.
refreshing really. Yeah, I'm refreshing really quick. See if it helps because nothing's happening.
Yeah, I might have made that default map too big, and it takes a while to load in for people. It's one of the earlier ones I made. I'm gonna do it too. That's potential, but yeah, all of the videos are gonna be released in the order they happen by date.
Yeah.
Um, so, and they'll all be within like a week. There'll be 2 or 3 a day that go
I'm
out.
just saying, like, they could have met each other before this happened, and then,
Yeah, there could be a flashback, and then you regather here.
yeah.
He's gonna have to either. You know that'll drop you back down to level 2 though when he shows up.
No, I'm saying that it could have been something that happened before this campaign ever happened. Like, we met each other and then went
You
our
can
separate ways.
you can also reconvene and do a different introduction than what you had planned
Yeah, that's
because you
true.
have no clue what's here, and we can talk about an alternative. You're
Okay.
on the map. You heard
Yep, I am.
growling, and this is a more forested area. Think of all the bushes as more dense trees,
Okay.
but there's a dirt path instead of a road.
Okay.
Imagination-wise, there's a dirt path that leads to through a section of nearby, relatively dense forestry.
Okay.
Um, and a small patch of trees, not something that's big enough to show up on a map.
Okay.
Uh, you do hear, as was mentioned from your 15 perception, the uh, growling of an animal.
Okay.
What's
Can
your
I
plan?
tell where it's coming from?
Yes, you would be able to tell that it's coming from the double trees ahead of you, if you can see
Okay. So I'm
up
just going to
here.
keep. And the girl is up there?
Yes, they are both in that area.
Okay. So I'm going to approach and see if I can tell what kind of creature it is.
Um, do a nature check or perception. It looks like a dog of some kind, but vaguely made of shadow.
Okay. Um, and it's trying to hurt the little girl, so I'm gonna pull my bow out.
Okay. And with that, we're going to hold on. Bring this friend out, a doggo. Let's see if I can go to the actors and then view character artwork, show.
Mm, looks like my kind of pet.
Yep, we'll see what happens. You've initiated with hostility.
Well, all I did was pull my bow out. I
Right.
didn't. I didn't do anything else. But
The hold on, let me read. There's specific details about aggravation or approach on territorial environment. Um, roll an animal handling versus its insight. It thinks that oh, I'd say a natural one on my side means it goes the way you want it to.
Mhm.
Because I was gonna say it has no clue, but that's not how that works.
Right.
So it should be ideal for you.
And I will do speak with animal, even though it's ghostly, spirit like.
Right.
I'll still do a speak with animal
Okay.
and tell it to stop attacking the little girl.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll anything?
Yes. Persuasion. Wait, what did you say you were
I
doing?
want it to
Speak with
stop.
animals.
I
Persuasion.
yeah. Mm, my persuasion's not good.
Also, off of since you did an animal handling check at some point, you see that the mastiff is guarding what it sees as its territory. A clever distraction, such as food or light magic, can drive it away without a fight. Information you obtain from your 20, non
Yeah.
natural 20.
Um, I don't have any rations, so I can't use that. Um, I'm just gonna kind of step where like I'm stepping back a little bit to where it knows that like I'm trying to not disengage, but show less aggravation or aggression
Okay.
and be like and just tell it again like stop attacking the little girl.
That was your persuasion of 5.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do it again.
Okay. Then do it straight.
I did it straight the first
I
time.
know.
Okay.
I was gonna have you do it differently. Okay. Um, insight. Deliberation in the mind. How does this work? Your number higher is what you need.
Mm.
Um, as a reaction, we are going to do. Let me see. Got to.
pick on somebody your own size.
No. Um, BEYOND. Do-do-do-do. Okay. Um, give me an Arcana check. Neat.
Oh my god.
Um, the creature starts off by going invisible.
Oh, you deleted me too.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Yoink. There you go. You've been
Yeah.
brought back from the shadow world.
Yeah.
Um, let's do
That's not.
what?
Yeah, that is where I was. No, I was gonna say that's not where I was, but it is.
Yeah, it
Where I
is.
was. I should just
There
quit
is
rolling.
there. You should just what?
Quit rolling.
Okay. That means you don't get to play anymore.
This is ridiculous.
Sheldon had similar encounters.
Mm.
Um, it's gonna go first as the environment is dim light due to the sunset. It is going to move and then attack potentially. Oh, it's in bright light. Okay. Movement speed? Okay. Give me a perception check. It sounds like the creature is moving in circles around you,
Yeah.
and it is your turn.
Okay. I can't tell where it's at exactly, so I'm gonna tell it to show itself. So
Give a
persuasion,
persuasion disadvantage because it is currently hostile.
natural 20 and an 18. Hmm.
Um, uh, duration 10 minutes. Okay. Not seeing you as a threat, it will reveal itself.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I actually rolled decent on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to just stand there and tell the girl to run to her father. And then
She
that'll
does
be it
so.
for me because I don't want to attack the dog yet.
Okay. It will start with a bonus action to go invisible,
Ugh.
and then move around here, and from the back, jump out and attack you with a I actually
Bite,
have an attack option here.
bite, bite, bite. Does not hit.
It doesn't. A
Nope.
natural one doesn't hit.
Mm-mm. He's gonna become my best friend.
We'll see. Um,
Behave.
your turn.
Okay. Since it is now standing next to me, I am going to use Beast Bond and tell it to, with my animal speaking, I'm going to tell it to sit and behave.
Great. Let's read what that spell says. The spell does not work at all.
Because but he's friendly now because he couldn't hit me.
Let's read the first thing, and I will emphasize the word that matters.
The intelligence is 4 or higher. It automatically fails.
That's not what it is. You
Oh, I
establish
know,
a
but
telepathic link with one beast. It is not a beast you touch that is friendly to you, first of all, or charmed by you. Neither are the case.
okay. And I'm going to see that that didn't work. So I'm going to use my pull out my sword.
Mm-hmm.
And why won't it let me click on it?
You're not allowed to. I don't know what you're doing, but you're not
I'm
allowed to.
trying to target it and it's not letting me.
No. That's bizarre. It's okay, you don't need to target it. It doesn't matter to me. I'll tell you whether it hits or doesn't hit, and then
But
make a
it
noise to
doesn't.
distract stuff.
Okay, but it doesn't let me. It doesn't let me. It doesn't let me not. Oh, son of a bitch!
What happened?
I don't. I don't know what it's doing.
Just
I think it's
refresh the
reloading.
page. Yeah, we're fine.
But yeah, once you select it, it doesn't let you not
That's
select it
fine. I'll just refresh too.
forever.
Sure is. I see a green dot though.
Okay, almost there.
Fancy.
100%. Okay. All right. Close. Close. I'm going to attack it. It still doesn't let me attack it. So I'll just attack myself.
That works. Okay, 18 hits.
Okay.
Eight.
I
Fine.
said stop.
Do 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 do. I gotta check. Dang it. Speak with animals is not concentration. It ignores you saying stop.
Mm-hmm.
What else are you doing?
That's gonna be it for right now.
Also, your short
Hmm.
sword will not have gone through. And
What do you mean?
the reason for that is you did beast spawn when it approached you on your turn, which is an action as well as the sword.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
Yeah.
gonna add the 8 back. You can change your turn. You have a bonus action, so
Oh, I already skipped. I already moved it.
I can move it back.
Okay, so I can just do an unarmed strike
If you took
or
the,
shove.
you can try that. See whatever bonus actions are available to you.
It's unarmed strike this one.
Yeah.
Um,
Action.
what?
If you go right up above where it says unarmed strike, it says
It's
action.
in my bonus action. It's in my bonus action section. It literally, like if I'm looking at my HUD, it says action and it has all the stuff. And then bonus action, it says unarmed strike and cast spell.
Well, maybe the Argyle HUD is wrong.
Okay.
Let me check. I'm gonna verify. It sucks having rules, but rules are what make things balance and give a sense of accomplishment. Um, instead of using, it does just say make a melee attack. I suppose it would be an offhand attack, and it doesn't say anything about action. Let me see. I mean, the thing is, when you do the unarmed strike, it does say action at the base, like your sword. Right at the base
Hmm.
of the box, it says action turns non-equipped proficient, where action is the economy use. Um, I'm gonna say it doesn't work, and the reason for that is monks have the bonus action to hit,
Okay, that's fine. I delete.
or two-weapon fighting, which you're using. I suppose is your short sword one-handed? Let's look at that, because if so, it's martial melee. So no, because martial is two-handed, I believe. Simple melee, you could have done an unarmed strike as a without your proficiency bonus.
Okay, that's fine. We'll just end my turn here.
Okay. It's going to do a heck. I don't know how that works. It's going to growl at you and then bonus action. You can do a disadvantage reaction as it moves out of your area, your opportunity attack area.
Okay, so short sword.
Yeah, short sword disadvantage. Nice. That would hit anyway. So go ahead and roll the damage for it. Nice. So there's the 8 damage that you would have done on your turn anyway.
Yeah.
As it's going to go here, and because it is at um, in stealth mode, it's going to go ahead and do a bite at advantage and miss, and not be hidden anymore.
Okay.
Enter.
I'm gonna swing my sword at it again.
No, quick, land on the 5. Okay, 20
20.
hits. Wow, look at you attacking yourself.
Well, it won't let me
No, I
choose
know.
it.
I'm teasing.
And then I'm gonna end turn.
Okay. This one time, it's going to attack first without advantage and miss, and
Hmm.
then disengage with an opportunity attack.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh no, it's straight. So whatever the first one was, which was 4.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, the first one was a 4.
Yeah.
That misses, and he's going to bonus action go invisible afterwards, and then give a perception check.
Mm.
After that, uh, you wait, and the creature leaves the combat. It has a sense of self-preservation and realizing that it's not worth fighting the battle, and it will end combat and run away.
Okay. And the little girl,
She
she
gets back to her dad, who at this point also comes back with guards.
okay. And I'm gonna tell the
Actually,
guards.
doesn't come back with guards because she's chasing him, and then they meet halfway before. Because this encounter took
Yeah,
20 seconds,
20 seconds. Yeah,
maximum.
that's fine.
So activate. Hopefully, it doesn't cause you to crash. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So you're also down here. I'm so glad you got her back.
Me too. I'm glad that she's safe now. Keep her out of that forest. The shadow dogs are territorial.
Okay. Here, take the 10 gold pieces we have. That's all I have on me right now, but
No, I don't want your gold. Buy her something special for surviving that.
okay. Um, thank you.
You're welcome.
Um, he will, as he starts pulling out money and saying you don't need to, he is going to spend the maximum amount of money that he was going to give on something special for her.
Okay, good.
And with that, we're going to end session and level.
Yay, Benavir. You're
Woo.
level 3 now.